Welcome to the Amiibo Newscast. Our guest this week is Pitu the Amiibo Hunter. And here's your host, Amiibo Jason.
What's going on, Amiibo and Nintendo collectors? Welcome to the second episode of the Amiibo Newscast. I'm your host, Amiibo Jason. It is March 5th, 2015, and I'm super excited because we are joined by one of the shining stars in the Amiibo community. You might know him from his YouTube series, The Amiibo Hunter. He's on Twitter at PituVision. We have Pitu, the Amiibo Hunter. How's it going?
It's going good, man. What's cracking?
Not a whole lot over here. Just trying to get my mind straight from all the Amiibo stuff that's been going on in the past couple weeks. So.
Yeah, for real, dude. I'm in a fetal position over here. We're scared for Wave 4, so I feel you.
Oh man, Wave 4. I don't know why they're doing this to us with Wave 4. I mean, it's been way too long of me just refreshing Amazon.com.
Yep. I know. Same here, man.
So, I mean, it's really exciting to have you on. I've been following you on Twitter pretty much since you've joined Twitter. I've been watching your Amiibo hunting series. I thought who better to discuss the Amiibo phenomenon and the Amiibo hunting phenomenon than the Amiibo Hunter himself. So what do you do to get yourself psyched up for an Amiibo hunt? Because let me tell you, I watch your videos. You are psyched up completely every single time I watch you. You have to be the most passionate person when it comes to Amiibo that I've ever come in any contact with.
Listen, you can. I wish you could ask anybody that knows me, either family like my parents or my wife, or even just friends in general, dude. I am hyped up 24/7. People think I'm on crack or any other drug that gets you all hyped up. So it's not really that hard in that aspect of it. And then you add the fact that I am super passionate about collecting in general because I've been collecting for years. And super passionate about games and Nintendo. So it's just like an orgy of awesomeness, and I just get super pumped, and it's like, oh, and I go Super Saiyan every time, dude.
So
it's just like that.
I know the feeling too. I'm a kid of the late 80s, so I grew up with the NES, the Super NES. N64 came out when I was, I think, 12 years old. So I think that's what kind of brought me into the world of Amiibo. It just reminds me so much of my childhood. I can pick it up, I can kind of play with it, watch it come to life in a game. What really brought you into the Amiibo collecting phenomenon?
Well, this is how my Amiibo collecting started, okay? I have my friend, his name's Perthesius, or his handle is Perthesius. He does phenomenal artwork. You should check him out. But this guy, he loves Zelda, right? And he was telling me about Amiibo, and I knew they were coming out, but I was going to stay away from them, at least from the beginning, just because I didn't want to, I don't know, start collecting something new without knowing exactly what Nintendo's future for it was and blah, blah, blah. But he kept nagging about it. He would call me every day. Oh, yeah, Amiibo, I got this guy, and it's going to be awesome, and I got him pre-ordered already, and blah, 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 yeah. Right? So a week after they came out, he was telling me how Marth, which I love Marth a lot. I use him when I get tired of using Captain Falcon, that's who I use. And he was telling me how Marth and Villager and Wii Fit Trainer were, disappearing from shelves. I'm like, really? Already? What the hell? Is everybody collecting them? So, and I had seen some of them on shelves too before I started collecting. And I decided to, let me go check them out. And sure enough, I saw what's his face, Donkey Kong, and I love Donkey Kong Country, so it's one of my favorite all-time games.
Yeah,
so I got him, and then it was his fault. I would not be collecting Amiibo right now if it wasn't for Perthesius. So that's how it started, man. It legit started that way, and of course I got super pumped with them, and me being a collector, and it just blew up from there.
And I've seen your videos. I'm actually pretty excited anytime a new video from you comes up. What would you say is the most intense story you've had finding an Amiibo in the wild? I saw your Meta Knight video, and I kind of had a very similar experience with Meta Knight too. But what was that like for you, the whole hunting for like the retail exclusives?
Well, I guess the let's see, show up was easy, or technically, somewhat easy. I know it was emotionally not easy, just because I didn't know if GameStop was gonna sell my pre-order. I didn't get a Meta Knight in stores. I was trying to get one for my friend in Puerto Rico who couldn't get one, because I had mine pre-ordered already from BestBuy.com.
Yeah.
So I failed at that miserably. And then you got Rosalina. Rosalina was intense because that I did not have pre-order and I needed to get her. So it took me 3 stores to find her, and I finally did. And I mean, you saw the result. I mean, I think that was probably the most pumped I've ever been inside my car. So that was intense. So that was probably the most thing, because I figured that by that third target, I was at a loss because time time kept passing. So obviously people were camping already. Oh my God, that's why I got so pumped. I'm getting pumped right now just thinking about how lucky I was to get my hands on that one Rosalina. And I still remember that damn grandma buying 2 Rosalinas in front of me when the guy's telling me, it's only 1 per person. I'm a grandma. Give me 2 for my grandkids. I'm like, no, she's going to sell it on eBay. I know it. But yeah, dude, it was awesome. Just finding that.
Yeah. I had the exact opposite experience finding Rosalina. I had a blizzard in my state. I'm in Wisconsin. You're in Florida, right?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm in Wisconsin, so we had a massive blizzard. The roads were terrible. I was the only person in that store. When they opened up the doors, I was still the only person there after about 15 minutes because nobody could find the stock anywhere. They had people going in the back. But yeah, nobody ended up showing up for any of the Rosalinas. Meta Knight was nuts, though.
Nobody came for Rosalina?
Nobody came. Yeah, it was kind of surprising. But yeah, I ended up picking up a Rosalina. Absolutely love her. She's my favorite. But Meta Knight was very, very similar to the experience that you had with Meta Knight. I was the 8th person in line. There was 9 Meta Knights available. And I think the biggest thing that ended up happening was there was like a group of 10 people that showed up at the last second. They tried to burst into the door. They were pushing people over, trying to get in. What they didn't know is management already gave us tickets. So
awesome. I love it.
We weren't too concerned about it. But yeah, I think that was the most crazy I've seen people go over Amiibo, at least personally. But yeah. I think we can share a bond of people going nuts for Amiibo and really Amiibo hunting in general. What would you say your tip is for people that want to go and hunt for the rare Amiibo?
Well, as from right now that we know how everything's being handled, try to get it pre-ordered as soon as possible. I mean, that would be the main thing. It's all about pre-orders right now because we've seen what happens when you don't have, especially retail exclusives.
Yeah.
When you don't have them pre-ordered, I mean, it's horrible. It's horrible. So but let's say you don't get them pre-ordered. I mean, it's getting earlier and earlier the time when people start camping out for these things, because I remember I'm trying to remember. I think Rosalina, people were there like at 7, and then it came Meta Knight, and people were there at 5:30 in the morning. So I bet you for Gold Mario, people are gonna be inside Walmart probably from the previous day before it actually comes out. So it's gonna be you're gonna really have to be dedicated, and if you want a certain Amiibo, especially right now, then you better do that. You better just know that you're gonna be camping out early, probably before the previous day, and just do it.
So that's a good segue into what Nintendo just announced for Gold Mario at Walmart. So if you don't know this already, Gold Mario went up for pre-order 3 times in total, I believe, in the past week.
I think 4.
Was it 4? Crazy. I must have missed one.
3 or 4. I don't know. I missed them all. Oh, God,
you weren't following us. If you would have followed us, you would have saw the link.
Dude, everybody was sending out links like 5 seconds. If there was 5 seconds, oh, Pitu, go get it. I go, done. It's a wrap, Pitu. You lost.
So people went nuts about it when they sold out, and that's understandable. I mean, it's a gold figure. It's like a golden idol of Amiibo. So Nintendo took to Facebook and Twitter, and they said not to worry, that the pre-orders were a very small percentage of the overall shipments that Walmart was going to get. Does that concern you at all? Do you believe that statement? Do you think people are going to need to camp out like ahead of time? I have a 24-hour Walmart very close to my house, and I am going probably around like 10 o'clock the night before, and hopefully coming in at midnight to pick it up. But do you think it's going to be that nuts for Gold Mario, or do you think we're just going to see just shelves and shelves of them?
It doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter if there's gonna be shelves and shelves of stuff. That day before it actually comes out, because we don't know how much stock those Walmarts are gonna get. So even if they get 1 billion of them,
Yeah.
people are still gonna be camping out because they don't know. We don't know, and I'm gonna be there camping out too because I have no clue how much they're gonna get. You know what I'm saying? And then what happened? Oh, my wife says she wants one. But I again, we don't know, so it's gonna be crazy. I mean, like I said, Meta Knight was insane. Technically, I mean, it wasn't that bad, but it's just getting worse and worse. And this Nintendo tweet means nothing to me. It means nothing to me, Nintendo. Nothing. It just means we're gonna go crazy for. And you know what? I hope that Walmart gets their brains together and actually limits the amount of amiibo that you're gonna sell to one person. And I hope that they know that people are gonna be camping out or inside the store, and that they have some sort of system up and running before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Before. So that's what I'm hoping for.
And I think honestly, even if they have shelves and shelves, even if it's confirmed that they're going to have like 1,000 of them at my Walmart, half the fun for me is kind of doing the camping out and just waiting in line for it. You meet new people, new experiences. So I think it's going to be a blast. So what is your thought about these variant amiibos? So like the gold amiibos that are going to be going to Walmart. I think the rumor at this point is Walmart has an exclusive for all gold amiibos coming up in the series. Are you going to be collecting all the Super Mario Brothers amiibo? Are you going to be collecting all the gold or silver, platinum, if that ever comes out?
Totally. I'll be collecting. I guess my thoughts first of all on the variants. We knew this was coming. It comes with any line. I mean, I've been collecting for years, so it's just one of those things that if you can paint a piece in different colors, especially if they're solid, because it's cheaper.
Yeah.
And still, when it comes to white, black, silver, and gold, it's just one of those things. Just like, oh my god, yeah, I need it, depending on what it is. So I'm not surprised. Am I gonna be collecting all of them? For now, yeah, totally. I'm super pumped with them. My YouTube channel's doing great. I love hunting for them, and having you guys join me in those hunts is fantastic. So just because of that aspect alone, I am super pumped, and I'll be collecting probably the entirety of every amiibo ever made. So totally.
Okay. I'm happy I'm in this. I'm not in like a boat on my own on this one, because it's getting kind of obsessive for me with the amount of amiibo that are kind of gracing my office right now. So I'm 29 for 29 right now. I think you're 29 for 29 too, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, you have everything. So March 20th, in my opinion, cannot come soon enough. So that's going to be just a boatload of fun in general.
Oh yeah, very true.
So that brings us on to another topic that's I think it's getting a lot of excitement and controversy at the same time. So Martha's being reintroduced to the US in April, mostly for Codename Steam, which is coming out, I believe, late March. I might be wrong. That might be April.
It's the 13th of this month.
Oh, yeah, so very soon. So Martha's coming back. He's going to be able to be used in Codename Steam. How do you feel about amiibos that are very rare making a reappearance into the market? Is that good for the community in general, or bad for collectors, or maybe something in between?
Okay, so I think it's phenomenal for everybody that has not gotten their hands in them, or that has not gotten their hands on Marth. Man, I was thinking in Spanish and English at the same time. That was hilarious. But I think it's great. I mean, the only people that are gonna be bitching about this are resellers. What I've been calling for years flippers, because they buy just to flip. Because it's obviously gonna be losing some sort of stock price, if you will, on eBay. I don't think it's gonna be that much, because I don't see Nintendo producing that many. But still, it's gonna allow people that did not get it the first time to get them. I hope they do. I hope we don't get a bunch of douchebags just buying cases
Yeah.
and
Oh, we're going to. That's going to happen. I can
Sure.
pretty much guarantee it's going to happen.
I know it's unfortunate. I know, but no, I love it. I love it. Again, I don't collect them because they're rare.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great. It's great. And anybody who says that they don't get excited when they get a rare amiibo, is a liar, because there's everybody out there. If you look at on Instagram and on Twitter, whatever, everybody's like, "Oh, I got this rare amiibo. Yeah, look at my rare amiibo collection." It's not even look at my amiibo collection.
Yeah.
Is look at my rare amiibo collection. So it's really it's a great feeling to have something that's rare. Again, I come from a background that I've been collecting for years, and some of my pieces are one of 300. So if you got them, you got a rare piece. So it's always a great feeling to have something rare. But these things are not meant to be that rare. These things are meant to be for kids and of course us adults to use them in games and collect them. So I don't have any problem with them bringing them back. It's not like it's gonna be out forever. They're still gonna be discontinued. And I like it. I keep saying this Smash Brothers line, once it's done, it'll be a pain to find, of course, for latecomers. And the whole set is gonna be worth a lot of money, especially brand new in boxes. So you're still gonna have rare stuff. So
I heard some people say that they'd like to see like a stamp on the back saying like printing 2 or series 2, something like that. Would that be something you'd be for, to maybe make the collectors happier that they're still keeping something that's somewhat rare, and then you get the people that actually want the product that don't mind the stamp on the back that says like printing 2? Do you think that's a fair compromise, or not even bothering with that?
Well, if I was Nintendo, I wouldn't bother with that. It's a waste of money. I don't need to be wasting any more money on changing the packaging, even if it's just a stamp.
Yeah.
Because you add that stamp plus 100,000 or whatever thousands of figures they're making is still money. So I wouldn't waste my time with it. Now, would it be a great compromise for collectors? Totally, of course. You have the first print, and then you have second prints. Your first print is still going to be worth more than the second print, even though they're the same action figure. The box is different, and that's something we as collectors love. So that would be cool, but
I would rebuy it too. So if they did put that stamp on the back, I'd have to have it for that stamp, because that's how my messed up brain works when it comes to these things.
Are you keeping that box?
Yeah, I have it. I have it completely in box. I have my camera on. I know you can't see me right now, but when this goes live on the video cast, this is my collection. I know it means absolutely nothing to you right now, but when you see the video, you'll see it. But yeah, I do complete in box, and then the ones I really want, if I can get a second one, I do that.
Gotcha. No, of course, totally. I see it as a collector. I see that. So.
But yeah, that kind of brings us into what Japan just announced. So they announced that Villager, Captain Falcon, and Little Mac are coming back in stores in May, at least in Japan. Do you think that might be a good sign for the US? Because at least I kind of see Nintendo of Japan leading the way into like re-releasing in Europe and in the US and Canada. At least that's what I hope.
Yeah, I think so too. Listen, I think that, but first of all, it scares me because Japan, if you look at pictures from Japan when it comes to Amiibo stock, I mean, they're everywhere. They're everywhere. So I don't know why it's crazy to me that they're having problems in stock with Little Mac and Villager, because it's like every time I see a freaking picture from Japan, they got everything.
Yeah.
Everything. You compare it to us, you go to Toys R Us or Walmart, they're using the pecs for something else. They got like women's panties on there. I'm like, what, there's supposed to be Amiibos up in here. What are you doing? So, it's kind of crazy to me that they're having those problems, but it does bring some sort of I guess hope for the U.S. to at least get at least one more run of those hard to find, Villager, Whippet, and Little Mac, which, oh my God, Little Mac is going for so much on eBay right now, $70 or $80, which is crazy. So,
and he just ended up back in Best Buy stores, some Best Buy stores, for some odd reason. Best Buy had a warehouse full of these things for months and just decided to kind of open the floodgates on these. I have a Best Buy by me. They got 8 in stock. Somebody picked them up like in the first 40 seconds of the store opening, which I was kind of afraid is going to happen. But yeah, I mean, Little Mac is going nuts right now. Nintendo kind of, I'm debating at this point if they know what they're doing with this. I think they do. I think the hype is what draws like 100% of the people like going crazy for this kind of thing, like just the rarity in general.
Totally.
So let's say they do release Wii Fit Trainer again, and let's say they do that like in the next 2 months. You're going to get people that never in a million years would ever have gotten a Wii Fit Trainer, only because it has this rarity factor to it.
Exactly.
So
You
who
know
knows?
what? You know what? I think what's the name of the guest you had before? 8-bit.
8-bit Eric.
Okay, so Eric mentioned something that was really he was not trying to make the point I'm trying to make now, but what he said was completely true. And he was talking about Wi-Fi Trainer and I think Villager and stuff. They're characters that are not that popular, right?
Yeah.
And that's the reason Nintendo did not make so many of them because not everybody cares for those characters, especially Wi-Fi Trainer. I mean, who gives a crap about Wi-Fi Trainer? Really, it's Wi-Fi Trainer.
Yeah.
But since they knew there was not gonna be a hot seller, like they were not gonna make as many as Link because they would be everywhere. Nobody would buy them, but they made so little that everybody wants them now just because they're rare. Literally, just because they're rare.
I guess
So
that's just kind of the state of the market right now at this point too. Do you think Nintendo had any clue this was coming? Like the
nah,
hype?
not at all. They obviously were caught completely by surprise. And it's one of those things that I talked to my friend Perthesius that he always says that they underestimate their fan base. They are always underestimating their fan base, and it's something like I don't get why so many years now you're still doing the same thing. I don't. It makes no sense to us.
Well, yeah. I mean, again, as a child of the '80s, I'm 29 right now. The people that grew up with Nintendo are generally the people that have the most income to spend on this kind of thing right now.
Yep.
And I know for me, again, I grew up with these characters. I have the money to buy them. At least I try to. And I'm going to buy everything I possibly can just because it's number one, it's nostalgia. And number two, I loved everything Nintendo still puts out. So I'm surprised they're not taking that into consideration, just the amount of like fanboys they have that have money.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I agree 100%. And when it comes to their execution, I hope that the reason we haven't seen Wave 4, what do you call it, pre-orders,
Yeah.
is because they're working on a strategy to make it accessible to like, not everybody. Obviously, it's not gonna be for everybody because they still have, it's not gonna be woo, here you go,
Yeah.
everybody. But something to make it easier, especially when it comes to the retail aspect of it. I mean, they need to be sending out POPs or planograms or something to let them know. Listen, these are really highly collectible. There's gonna be people probably making lines when they come out, so we need you to get a certain amount and set aside, or sell only one to person or two per person, and that's it. Don't allow somebody to just grab them all, take them out,
Hmm.
and I mean, yeah, I mean that's I wish they would just do that. They know what's happening already. It's been what, five months? I mean,
Yeah, it's been
November.
about 5 months now.
It's like almost half a year. Like you have the data. You know what's happening. It's in the United States, Nintendo of America. So what are we waiting for? Like let's try. I get that you're not being able to produce as many amiibo as you want. Great. So let's work with the situation that you have now. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Let's get something rolling. So we don't have again douchebags buying the entire case of one amiibo just because they want to sell them on eBay. Allow us collectors and even little kids, especially little kids,
Yeah,
to
totally.
get hands on them.
So I'm guessing you probably haven't seen the video. One of the oldest videos on my channel. I have a 5-year-old nephew. His name is Chase. He's obsessed with Amiibo. Early last year, he was just on the hunt for a fox. It was early this year, excuse me. He wanted a fox more than anything. And this is the kind of kid that should be able to just walk into Toys R Us and pick up a fox, but he couldn't find one. But yeah, the day he ended up getting it, I mean, it was like Christmas morning for him. He was absolutely ecstatic that he found it. So yeah, I think the scalper movement at this point is really taking away some of that wonder away from kids walking into stores wanting their favorite character. I know with Mega Man and Sonic, they're becoming more available right now, but a lot of kids like Mega Man. A lot of kids like Sonic. And I know at least when it first came out, people were just grabbing them off shelves, trying to scalp them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So hopefully Nintendo's listening to us there. I know with Nintendo of Europe, they have like an online store where you can buy like I think one, maybe two, something like that, like an online marketplace. Nintendo has direct control over something like that would be fantastic. But I think we have way too many retail partners in the U.S. that Nintendo of America works with that would probably make too many people upset. But
I know, yeah, definitely.
that kind of brings us to another thing with retail exclusives. We talked to 8-Bit Eric last week about this. One of the biggest rumors right now is we don't have a Wave 4 pre-order because they're still working out retail exclusive agreements with other companies. Do you think that holds any water? Do you think the retail exclusive thing was a failed experiment and maybe they're just going to get rid of it? What are your thoughts there?
Well, I don't. First of all, we're not gonna know. I mean, I doubt there's gonna be rumors, like actual rumors coming from Nintendo or whoever the retail working on the exclusive is, because that kind of dealings don't really come to light for us after before the announcement.
Yeah.
So I if they're working on it, we will not know until they're released. So, but I bet you they'll keep happening. I mean, there's big money there. I mean, those retailers are willing to shell out a lot of money just to have that one exclusivity right for that one Amiibo, because everybody's gonna be there shopping, and the reason they want that is because we might get those and something else. That's the whole point of having something exclusive, getting that extra tied on purchase, maybe a game or another toy or something. So I bet you there's definitely gonna be more exclusives. I don't know which ones though. I hope nothing from Wave 4, because it's a small wave and
very
it's
small.
It's gonna be a pain in the ass to find already. I mean, Charizard, one of the most popular Pokemon, only has 1 month of manufacturing. Are you serious? Are you serious? So yeah. I hope not.
Yeah, and hopefully with what's happening with Walmart with the gold Amiibo line, that's the kind of retail exclusive I can jump behind. A color variant. If that's how it's going to end up in the future, I say go for it. But yeah, as far as Wave 4 goes, I am crossing my fingers that stays as far away from retail exclusives as it can.
Yeah, no, I agree 100%. Color variants, knock yourself out. Target, Toys R Us, Best Buy.
Yeah.
But, fight yourselves. Whoever wants the violet, the purple, the blue, go ahead. But when it comes to the actual main characters that you need, it's that's the worst.
Very true. So as far as we've already talked a little bit about the Smash Amiibo, and we talked about Gold Mario, but March 20th, we have the Super Mario Brothers Amiibo line coming out. We have Mario Party 10 coming out, which directly supports those Amiibo. I've noticed a trend in the past couple weeks where almost the moment that either Yoshi or Princess Peach goes up, they almost sell out immediately on pretty much any pre-order. I think Walmart had them up about 3 or 4 times. What are your thoughts about the Mario Bros. Amiibo? I mean, we have pretty much every one of those Amiibo already in another line right now with the Smash Bros. Do you think they're going to be as popular? Do you think that we're going to be seeing more of those compared to the Smash Amiibo?
I think after this first wave, we're probably gonna be seeing more manufacturing dates. So, like, we have Mario, Yoshi, and Toad only have 1 month of manufacturing for this line. All right, so you have Yoshi, which is a popular character, and of course you got Mario with only 1 month of manufacturing. So they're gonna be really hard to find. And even the other ones only have 2, so it's not really gonna be that much. And it makes sense because right now you still have a lot of Yoshis and a lot of Peaches out there from the Smash line, so you don't really want to flood the market again with the same characters just in a different position or whatever. And it's gonna suck for us collectors because there's gonna be people trying to buy it. Same thing, same story. So I hope that once newer characters that are not in the Smash line start coming out, they'll get more stock in stores, and hopefully we'll be able to just walk in at whatever time. Hey, look at this, awesome, and grab them.
Very true. I have a sneaking suspicion that we're going to start seeing more and more stock of those compared to the Smash Amiibo. At least I hope so. I think that Nintendo really is trying to hype Mario Party 10. I don't know if you've seen some of the new ads for it already, but they really have a very heavy Amiibo presence in their ads. Kids playing with the new Mario Bros. Amiibo line. And that kind of brings me to another thing. what do you think so far about the Amiibo support that you've seen with this? I've been kind of disappointed besides Smash with what the Amiibo can do. I picked up Kirby and the Canvas Curse, not Canvas Curse, Rainbow Curse, excuse me. I had DDD, I have Kirby, and I have Meta Knight, and they don't do all that much besides make the game like instant win. If you tap him on the controller, like for instance, if you tap Meta Knight on the controller, he pretty much makes you just cruise through the level like almost invincible, kind of like a pay to win type situation.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed with what the Amiibo can do in game so far. I think they're great on my shelf, but overall, besides Smash Brothers, I'm not really feeling it.
No, I totally agree. I mean, and I think that's the common consensus around the Amiibo collectors and who play the games and buy them just for the game. It's like the support is just not really there. I mean, and even in Smash, I mean, yeah, you can train them, and then what? Yeah, you train your Amiibo. So it's like they definitely need to start ramping up the just whatever Amiibos are really gonna do in game. They need to make them awesome in game because they look awesome as toys. Great, they look like you said, great in the shelf. But they need to be awesome in game too. I need to know that. Listen, I got Captain Falcon. I'm gonna put this guy right here, and just F-Zero Tower is gonna come out of nowhere.
Yeah,
awesome. You need to blow my mind. That's what we're waiting for when it comes to the whole game aspect of it. Especially normal customers that will never buy an Amiibo, or we're like, you know what? I don't want to buy it because there's really nothing I can do with it right now. You need to blow their minds because we're already buying them. We're already spending the money.
So I was a guest on another podcast. It's called the Toys for Games Cast. I don't know if you probably know Amiibo Inquirer. It's essentially a podcast he works with directly.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, really cool guy. And it's a fantastic podcast if you haven't heard it. But their main focus besides Amiibo is Disney Infinity and Skylanders. And just the more I think about it, they have so many more opportunities to like blow your mind where you tap it on and like Star-Lord comes out and he's blasting away. And that's what I'm hoping that we're going to start seeing with the Amiibo line at this point. A sandbox game, something where I can see them interact with each other. I think that would be the best opportunity for Nintendo at this point.
That'll be cool, but honestly, I don't see it happening being Nintendo. I mean, it's Nintendo who we're talking about here, and I just don't see a sandbox game happening. Because if they were gonna release a sandbox game, I think that should have been like a title game with the Amiibo. They didn't do that. I don't think they want to go that route. They already have their biggest two competitors are on that arena already. So I don't honestly see it happening anytime soon. It would be awesome. I agree 100%. That would be awesome to have a sandbox game of just Nintendo characters. Hails to the but
even a Nintendo Land like type mini game thing. I know Mario Party 10 is going to be exploring that. But Nintendo Land is honestly one of my favorite Wii U games. It's absolutely completely underrated. A lot of fun. Kind of integrating Amiibo support in that where you can maybe play as an Amiibo that you tap on. I mean, something like that would be fantastic for Nintendo to do. Not quite a sandbox game, but maybe something in between.
Kind of like a Codename Steam, that if you have Marth and you put him on, there you go. You can use this character. That's cool.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the first game that I'm actually going to be pretty excited to have my Amiibo kind of show up in. So I guess we'll see how that goes when it comes out.
That's 100% correct. We'll see.
So I think I have this right. I thought I saw a picture of you with a new 3DS XL. Am I right? Am I wrong? Do you have a new 3DS?
Yes, I do.
Okay, good. I thought so. In fact, did you have the Zelda one? I thought that's what I saw you have.
No. I was trying to get the Zelda one.
Yeah.
That released when I was trying to get Rosalina, and those targets only got like 2 of them. So.
Yeah. So I'm assuming people camped out for that too.
Oh yeah. Totally did.
So that was another thing that surprised me in general. I can't believe that the new 3DS XL took so long to be in stores like on a regular basis. I camped out for the Majora's Mask 3DS XL at my Target, and there was 4 other people there. They had 4 units, so it kind of worked out for me. But I'm just shocked that, again, we're seeing this kind of rarity with a Nintendo console.
Yeah, I think that's mainly due to the port strike. To be that, from what I've gathered, I don't know how. I mean, it has to be because even at at in my line of work, I visit a lot of Best Buys, and they are sold out of all of them. Like they don't have any in stock at the stores. I
Yeah.
mean, so I think it definitely has to do with that because it's a heavy item. Like if you put, I mean, you got a pallet
Yeah.
of those things. It's a heavy pallet, so it comes through boats, and that port strike was messing everybody up for a long time. So I'm sure we'll see them trickling in, little by little. But at the moment, we're still having, just stores that do not have them in stock.
And I'm actually kind of surprised too with just like the Majora's Mask edition of this and the Monster Hunter 4 edition of this. Do you think again this is Nintendo underestimating their audience's want for this kind of thing? I mean, they should know at this point that Zelda collectors are rabid. I'm pretty sure that the Majora's Mask pre-orders were gone within about 15 minutes. So can we really just say, okay, they underestimated it and give them, let them off the hook? Or is there something else going on there?
I think it might be a little bit of both. Total underestimation. I mean, it's Nintendo; they underestimate everything. Because if I'm not mistaken, today I saw that GameStop had a bundle. I mean, unfortunately, it's a bundle, but they had more. They had the actual game, the collector's edition game, Skull Kid, and the freaking 3DS. I'm like, okay.
Gone in 5 minutes. It was gone in 5 minutes. It just
exactly. So they didn't have that many in the first place, but the fact that they had some is head scratching.
Yeah, same thing. The Monster Hunter 4 edition was up today too. It came with 3 Amiibo, Smash Brothers, and the system itself. So
that's a douchebag move from GameStop. They know that people are gonna buy it. Shove this up your throat because I know you're gonna spend the money. Just take all this Amiibo and all this stuff you probably don't need, so we can sell you this DS.
Oh yeah, they knew they were gonna sell out as quick as they did. I know people that personally bought the Monster Hunter 4 one because they were just searching for one, and they said, "Well, I'll go return this other stuff at some other point." So
I did that. I heard that you can do that. So, and I guess it levels out, but still, you had to go and return this stuff.
So I've had a few weeks now with the new 3DS XL, and I'm blown away by the 3D. I've had a standard 3DS XL. I had the original 3DS, and the 3D was cool, but I could never have it on for more than 15 minutes without just getting uncomfortable, without getting a headache. But I am personally I'm absolutely amazed with what they were able to pull off with the new 3DS.
Yeah, it's totally awesome, honestly. I didn't have any of the others before. The only DS I ever had was the original DS. And after that, I lost it. And I never got another handheld. And this is my first handheld in so many years. Yeah. It's ridiculous. But dude, I had not bothered by the 3D. I use it when I play Majora's Mask. And I mean, it's awesome. It's really, really kick-ass machine.
So Amiibo support on the go. Is that going to be something that you're going to anticipate that people are going to be carrying around their Amiibo to take over to their friend's house with their 3DS? Or maybe is this where the Amiibo cards are going to come into play?
Well, they sell little bags for your Amiibo. So there's definitely going to be kids, especially kids. They're going to be moving their Amiibos around totally because it's pretty, you have your toy. It's awesome to just carry that thing around. But the cards, I still don't know what they want to do with the cards because we thought that, Amiibos that have been sold out, they're probably going to release them that way. But it looks like they just want to do something different. I don't know, but it would be cool, honestly, especially like you said, to take them on the go, just have a card. That'd be awesome.
So now that we have the new 3DS XL that has complete 100% Amiibo support, what is your dream game? For me, it would be like a Pokemon trading card game, something like that with Amiibo cards. What would you want to see Nintendo bring to a handheld market that has some sort of Amiibo support?
You said a Pokemon trading card game?
Oh, and Heartbeat. I would buy that all day. I'd be broke by just awesome. Buying booster packs.
I know. And that, again, that's a cash cow. So, but because it's such a great idea, it's not going to happen because it's Nintendo. It's so awesome, and it's going to hurt so much money. They're like, you know what? No, we don't want that much money or, to make fans happy. No. But I would love to see a Pokemon game, but with the actual Pokemon Amiibo. It would be awesome. I should use Charizard, just put him on top of the 3DS. That'd be sick. That'd be fun too. So I'm down for Pokemon. I mean, I can't wait for the inevitable. I can't even speak. I'm so pumped for the Pokemon Amiibo line. That's definitely gonna happen, and that's gonna be super awesome. And yes, it's gonna be Pokemon Mayhem. I know it. I'm excited.
I have no room for any additional Pokemon Amiibo. I can't imagine how many are going to end up coming out once that does end up happening.
Every single one of them. I don't even know what we up to, like 150 or something like that. It's gonna be every single one of them.
I think we're at 721 is where we are.
721? Oh my God.
I might be wrong. Anybody listening right now? I know it's 700 something. So
that's a lot of. Last time I watched the cartoon or the anime, whatever.
Yeah.
We were at 100 and I don't know 70 something.
Sure.
I'm so lost in the whole Pokemon thing.
Yeah.
Man.
I still just kind of take into account the original 151. I'm kind of a purist when it comes to Pokemon. I think there's an ice cream cone Pokemon now. I mean, I have no idea. I think they're kind of running out of some ideas.
Out of ideas, right? And it's just making, it's a glass cup Pokemon. Oh, awesome. And you can pour water on it.
Yeah. Man, it's crazy. It's just this last few weeks has been just absolutely nuts for Nintendo and Amiibo. So many interesting products coming out. We've cruised through every topic that we've had this evening. So I kind of want to end this with just giving you a few moments to plug whatever you want to plug, talk about your Twitter account. I follow you on Twitter. It's fantastic. I watch your YouTube videos, but just give us an idea of where we can find you.
Just type in Pitu Vision on the internet, and every single thing I have is gonna pop up because I have everything under that name. But yeah, I'm on YouTube. I do a lot of YouTube videos, Amiibo hunting, toy reviews. I love all that stuff, so it's enjoyable and it's awesome. I mean, this whole Amiibo thing has gone out of control. I never expected so many people to be watching me in my car just looking for this for Amiibos. I swear to God, dude. I'm like,
it's your personality. You are the most excited person I've ever met when it comes to Amiibo, and it rubs off on me. I remember telling somebody that I don't get as excited as you are, but you are like the external version of how I feel internally when I find an Amiibo.
That's so true. That's what everybody tells me. It's like, you know what? We get hyped up, but you actually personify this pumpness because you just let it go, man. I'm like, of course, you have to let it go. That's the fun.
Yeah.
That's the fun. But yeah, I'm on there. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everywhere. So if you want to just come and join me, share some toy porn or some Amiibo hunting vids or whatever, bring it up, man. Hit me up anywhere. I'm always, just chatting with people. I love talking about what I love, so.
And if you're watching the video cast of this, we're going to have links to everything he does below in the comments or in the description of this video. So look down below. You can find him on Twitter. You can find him on YouTube, Instagram, the whole thing. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Honestly, I had a blast. You were by far just one of the most interesting people I've ever talked to. So
that's awesome. Hey, that's something, right?
Well, we're going to be back for episode 3 next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody, and have a good night or morning, depending on when you're listening.
That's right. Ladies!
Thanks, everybody. Good night.